Great afternoon, kings and queens of Father's glorious nation. It is a great, 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 and wonderful, glorious feeling to be back. I can't even lie. It's been an extremely long couple of weeks. It's been an extremely long couple of weeks. I cannot even lie. I felt like every day was a week. Even now, every day feels like yet another week. But it's all in growth. It's all in development. It's all in ascension. It's all in It's all in attaining all that is needed to become the queen that God has sent me here to be. And in everything that has occurred these last few weeks, everything that has I had to kind of come to terms with a lot. Righteously, you gotta just kind of get yourself in a mode where you gotta put all the outside noise to a hush. You gotta put all the outside noise to a hush. You gotta stop allowing others to think for you. And when I say you gotta stop allowing others to think for you, in the sense of saying, so many different energies come around you telling you so many different things, and you're seeing so many different things, and you're living through so many different things. So it's like there's so much going on at one time, at any given time, that it's just, you just got to find a way to just silence it. You got to find a way to silence the noise. You got to find a way to block it all out in order for you to focus and figure out exactly what you need to be. If you are not at peace, then you are not where you need to be, period. Point blank envy. I don't care what people say about, nah, life happens. No, yes, life happens, but then you happen back to life. Like when life hits you, you don't let it just drop you. You take it and then you move forward with it. You eat it. You don't just let life knock you down. When it hits you, you just push past it. You just push through it. You don't allow it to defeat you. Yes, life happens, but so can you. So what if yes, true enough, negative things happens, all kind of bad things happen, but so does great things. You just got to be willing to push past the negative, no matter how terrible it becomes. You just gotta get to the point where it's like, I'm gonna be depressed or I'm gonna be happy. There is no shades of gray. You have to tell yourself this. There's only going to be black or white when it comes to my happiness. And I'm either going to be depressed or I'm going to be happy. Period. And in accepting that, you have to also accept that you have to release certain things and certain people, certain items, certain ideas. It all starts in the mind. You have to release certain ideas, certain thoughts, certain emotions in order to really allow yourself to realize that you have been holding yourself back. I pray that each and every single one of y'all find the same peace that I found. In going through hell, I found heaven. In going through hell, I found heaven. And no, I'm still not out of hell. No, I'm still not out of the situations that depressed me, that put me through certain things emotionally and mentally. No, I'm still living through all of this. But I found my peace in God. I found my peace in my hell, in the situations that I'm in. I found peace in it because I found God in every single situation. In every single area of darkness, there's a speck of light. And you have to always be willing to find that speck of light. And in finding that speck of light, you realize that is pretty much the light to the end of the tunnel. And finding that speck of light, the closer you get to it, the brighter it becomes, because you're leaving all of that darkness. That is why, no matter how negative, no matter how dark things become, focus on the light, focus on God, because in focusing on God, you are pulling yourself up out of that. You are allowing God to pull you up out of that. You're telling God, okay, cool, it hurts me deeply, it's tearing at my soul to let this go, but I have to, because I need you. I need you, God. I don't need them. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't care anymore about anything but you, Father God. And once you get in that mode, you begin to realize ain't nothing to stress about. Ain't nothing to worry about. There's nothing that can really hurt you because you understand too much. It's hard to be depressed, upset, heartbroken. It's anxious, panic. It's hard to have all of these negative emotions when you understand why these things have occurred. And in order to understand why certain things have occurred, you have to allow God in. You have to allow God in so fully and completely to where you give up yourself. You have to be willing to completely give up. You have to be willing to completely give up yourself and everything that you are. Everything that you are, you have to give up. And whatever God gives back to you, that is what's of Him. So, in releasing every part of you and bringing in every part of God, you find every bit of peace that you need. And that's pretty much the gist of it, y'all. That's pretty much the gist of it. Along with this, I just wanted to kind of put this out there to say, like, a lot of things are about to change. And a lot of things are about to change in the sense of saying, how to explain this. This is something I talked over with God, because it's something that it's certain things that, you know, when you're on a path of spiritual growth, and when you've attained certain knowledge, and when you've attained certain ways of being, once you've broken out of the person that you was righteously, you become different. Everything becomes different. You look at things different, because you're able to take in more. So when taking in more, you begin to see things differently, and you begin to understand things differently. And in understanding things differently, every single one of the messages from here on out is going to be different, in the sense of saying, I'll just go out there and say it, in the sense of saying, like, everyone has this, Lord, how the best way to say it, everyone has this mindset of God, of I guess what I'm trying to say is, everybody puts God on the outskirts of their life. Everybody looks at God, and put it this way, we worship money the way that we worship God. We rely on money to give us that security, that stability, to give us the things that we want, the things that we need. We rely on money to feed us. We rely on money to give us the water that we need to supply our body. We rely on money for our home, for our cars, for our vacations, just for survival. We rely on money more so than we rely on God. Subconsciously we do, because if you think about it, anytime you're stressing about something financially, you are relying on money more so than you're relying on God. Anytime you're stressing about, dang, I'm tired of being stuck in this situation, I'm tired of not having a car, anytime you're stressing over something like that, you're relying on money versus relying on God. And it's hard to say this, because it's something that I had to realize these last 30 days. I had to realize that I was relying on money. I was worshiping money more so than I was worshiping God. When I say that I was worshiping money more so than I was worshiping God, that means to say that all I could focus on was, I need this money to do this, I need this money to do that. In order to get this, in order to get that, in order to get my own place, in order to get my own car, in order to be out on my own again, in order to have my own again, I need money. Like, I need money to do this. So in order to get this money, I need to try to work this, or I need to try to work that, or I need to try to push this, or I need to try to push that. And God is like, no, what are you doing? Why are you doing any of this? I didn't say that it was time for you to do any of this. I need you to grow spiritually in me. I need you to ascend fully to me, so that you can then have the knowledge and the means to properly disperse this money. Because you will also